name is Hannah, and today I'm going to be telling you about 10 short books that you can read when you're in your next reading slump. I don't know about you, but sometimes I get in one of those reading slumps where I'm reading the same book for a long time, whether it's like just a really, really long book, or maybe it's just a slower book that I feel like I need to read more slowly to take it all in. Whatever the case, sometimes when that happens, I feel like I lose a momentum, and once that book is over, I just don't feel like picking anything up afterwards because I don't have that momentum to keep me reading. So here are some books that you can read if you're in that same situation and you want to read something a little bit quicker. All right, we're going to start off with 4 classics. Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. This book is about a young Black woman leaving her home to find her own place and find out who she is, who she wants to be. I haven't read this yet, but from the synopsis, from the description, it sounds very coming of age. It's about finding your identity, learning how your place in the world. So that's what this one is about. This was published in 1937. As far as classics go, it's not too old, and I think it is probably a little bit easier to read this than like older classics if you're hesitant about classics. That's Their Eyes Were Watching God. The next book on my list is called The Alchemist. This was published in 1988, so you can debate whether it's a classic or not. I think it is. I've heard a lot about it growing up and read it recently and really enjoyed it. A young man from Spain who travels across northern Africa to get to Egypt because he has been told that he will find a great treasure there. He goes on this journey, he meets a lot of people, he learns things from each of these people that he meets along his journey. Those lessons that he learns kind of influence how he views life and how he continues to live his life moving forward. It's got themes about like your purpose in life and finding your purpose, achieving that purpose, and the importance of getting help from other people along the way. Next, The Little Prince. This book is arguably a children's book, but I like to think of it like a Pixar movie, which is marketed towards children, but it can be enjoyed by any person of any age. This book is about a little boy, a little prince from another planet, who is telling his story of all the places he's explored in space and all the people he's met on his journey. Many of the people that he's met are unhappy, and it seems to him that maybe they're unhappy because they're prioritizing the wrong things in their lives. And so this book is all about rediscovering that childlike wonder and appreciating the little things in life. The last classic that is on the shorter side that I'm going to recommend to you today is called Carmilla. This was published in 1872, and it is a vampire story. It centers around a female vampire named Carmilla who is preying on a young girl named Lucy. And Lucy does not realize that Carmilla is a vampire until an old friend comes to visit and reveals the truth to her about Carmilla's identity. So this has all the spooky gothic vibes. It takes place in this old, dark, mostly empty house. There are weird things happening in the night. It is the perfect read for Halloween time. All right, a couple of other short books that I think are great Halloween reads are Coraline and The Ocean at the End of the Lane. Both of these books are by Neil Gaiman. It's about a young girl who discovers this mysterious door in her new home that leads to a magical world. And after spending some time in this magic world, she realizes that not everything is as it seems, and it's a little bit more sinister than it originally appeared to be. So this book is about finding joy in what you have and also finding bravery when you feel like all hope is lost. The Ocean at the End of the Lane has a similar theme of being brave when faced with hardship and challenges. This book centers around a man who revisits his childhood home, and while he is there visiting, he remembers this experience he had one summer when he was a small boy and the magical things that happened that summer. That's the synopsis for the book, okay? That's it. You might be surprised when you read the book because it is a little bit spooky. It's a little bit spooky. As I said before, it is all about finding courage, finding bravery when you're faced with really hard things, really challenging and scary things, but like finding the power to be brave in those situations. All right. The next book kind of has a similar theme. Rather than like bravery and courage, I think it's more determination and human resilience. And that book is I Who Have Never Known Men. This book is about a young girl who, as long as she can remember, she's been imprisoned in this underground bunker with 39 other women. That's all she ever remembers, is being in this underground prison bunker. And one day, she and the other women have the opportunity to free themselves. So they free themselves and find themselves in this empty, desolate world, and they are wandering, trying to survive. So yeah, it's all about determination and resilience and survival, and it is haunting and heartbreaking, and I just finished it. This book got me thinking. It was, like I said, very haunting, very heartbreaking, a little bit depressing, but it got me thinking, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about this since I finished it a couple days ago. So highly recommend this one. Now we have a little series, okay? We have 2 books that are in the same world, same series, and these are A Psalm for the Wild-Built and A Prayer for the Crown-Shy. These are a part of the Monk and the Robot duology. These books center around a tea monk who is unsatisfied with their life. They are traveling from town to town, and they're just going through the motions in life. They don't feel very excited about their life. They don't know what they should be doing, if they should be doing something different with their life to feel, more excited about it. And one day in their travels, they meet a robot. This relationship that they build with this robot helps them to rediscover the joys of life, and so it's about friendship. It's about appreciating the little things. It's about finding your purpose and who you are and what you want to be. Both of these books are beautiful, and both of them have a very special place in my heart because they have helped me through a challenging time in my life. The last book on this list of short books for you is called Convenience Store Woman. This is about a Japanese woman in her mid-30s who has worked at the same convenience store for the last 18 years. She got a job here when she was in college and hasn't left, and her friends and family just can't understand why she seems so happy in this dead-end job. Shouldn't she want a corporate job? Shouldn't she want more power and more money? No, she doesn't need that, and so she's happy with her convenience store job. She feels like that is her purpose in life, and so this book is it's about staying true to yourself, and there are going to be pressures from other people, from society, but it's about staying true to yourself. If you really know that something isn't right for you, you don't have to do that. And so that's kind of what this book is about. And yeah, that's the last short book that I have to recommend to you. If you are watching this video because you're in a reading slump, I have a couple of other suggestions if the short books aren't helping you out of your slump. Suggestion number 1 is try graphic novels. Sometimes for me, I like graphic novels because the pictures help to I don't have to do as much work imagining what's happening, and also because a lot of it is pictures, you can speed through graphic novels quite quickly. Option number 2, read poetry. Maybe you do just need a little bit of a break from narratives. Sit with a collection of poetry, read a couple of poems every day, and do that for a while until you want to read a story again. And the last recommendation I have for you is mysteries and thrillers. I find mysteries and thrillers to be good encouragement for me to get back into reading, because once I start a good mystery or a good thriller, I have to know how it ends. I have to know the answer to that central question. I just have to. And so I'm going to speed through it really quickly. So those are a few last suggestions to help you if you are trying to get out of a reading slump. And that concludes this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any tips for me, for other people who are trying to get out of reading slumps, please leave those tips down below in the comments. And with all that said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble about books, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.